Hey guys, so for your interior design assignment, this is the slideshow that we would have done in class to prepare you for it. So I'm going to go through it with you guys right now. So, as we talk about the kind of space you live in and why it's important, um, when you're in your home, those are the things, that's the place you should be able to go and recharge and feel nurtured and your safe space. If you don't like the space you're in, if you don't like the way it looks, or you didn't have a lot of say in it, sometimes it can do the opposite. It can make you angsty or kind of irritable, or just all around put you in a bad mood. So, while I know you don't all have the ability to choose the way your space looks. Sometimes, even just thinking about what you might do could open the conversation with those people who do kind of have the say, as to maybe what are some small changes you could make in your living space to make it feel more like you. Mm, There you go. Sorry, a little slow there. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is identify your needs. So, what do you need from the space? And then your preferences. Look at your current space. How big is it? What do you already have that's going to go in that space? And then consider your resources. So, resources are things like time, money, skills. What do you have to put into changing a space? So your needs and preferences. What are you going to do in that space? So if we're talking about your bedroom, obviously you're sleeping in there, but do you also hang out with your friends in there? Do you do your homework in there? Do you play video games in there? What else happening in that space? Storage. Do you need a bigger closet? Do you need more drawers? Do you have a ton of storage and so your mom stores Christmas ornaments in your closet? What's going on? And then what's the look you're going for? Looking at your current space, what do you like about it? So maybe you really like your floors or you like your wall color. Maybe you have a light fixture that you really enjoy. What do you hate? Maybe you share that space with another person and you really wish it could be by yourself. Um, what can you keep? What needs to be changed? What do you wish you could change? And so, again, we talked about resources, time, money, and skills. So, if you've never painted before, like a large space, that may not be a skill you have. Now, is it overly difficult? No. But is it simple? No. It's kind of right in the middle. Money. Paint, in the grand scheme of things, isn't super expensive, but if you have a large area to paint, it can be expensive. And if you don't already have things like paintbrushes and rollers and paint trays at home, then that's even more cost on top of that. And then time. Obviously, right now, we all have a lot of time, but under normal circumstances, is this something that you would have time to do? So, things that are pretty easy to change, your walls, paint, wallpaper, paneling, these are things you can change the color of, you can change the look of fairly inexpensively. Oh, excuse me. Your windows. Obviously, changing out the windows is hard, but curtains, blinds, shades, those aren't really hard to change. Um, Floors. Again, it depends on what the current situation is and what you have available. If you have a hardwood floor, maybe putting a rug on it would be an inexpensive and fast thing to do. Obviously, if you have carpeted floors and you want them to be hardwood, that would be a little harder to do. Accessories, those are pretty inexpensive. So you can change out lamps or lampshades, posters on your wall, pictures, anything like that. Those are pretty inexpensive and fast things you can do. So, some of the rules we look for in decorating, odd numbers. So, what can you do to incorporate odd numbers of things in your room? So, this would be like maybe you put three throw pillows on your bed, or maybe you do, like a wall collage of pictures and you have 7 pictures or 9 pictures on that wall collage. Okay. A focal point. What do you want people to see when they come in your room? So I'll give you a quick example, real quick. mind you, we're still in chaos time right now here. But on one wall in my living room is this huge clock. Okay. And it kind of splits the difference between a window and a door. Okay. So for that wall, that big clock is the focal point. Okay. Scale. Again, that clock kind of shows you the scale. I wanted something to balance out that empty space between the window and the door. And it's big enough that it can do that. Okay. So it matches the size of other things in the room. Okay. And then traffic patterns. How do people flow and move around in your space? A lot of people go with neutral colors, especially if you're renting. Like I know when I rented, we kind of had limits on what we could do paint wise because it needed to be easy to be painted over. So neutral colors, black is a neutral, but we don't usually paint walls black. Okay, but it's a good accent neutral. Gray. We redid our bedroom last summer. Our ceiling and our walls are different shades of gray, and we love it. Browns, taupes. Taupe is kind of like that halfway point between like cream and khaki. Okay, white, cream. Those are all neutral colors. They're very calming. People tend to like them. So balance. So if you look at these two pictures here on the slideshow, you can kind of see with the curtains here in this picture how they're balancing. There's a lamp on either side. It's very balanced. And then if you look at this living room setting, there's a couch on either side. The doorways frame the fireplace. Everything's very balanced. Even the three lamps that are hanging from the ceiling balance out the space. So scale, again, scale is, does the furniture and the accessories fit the size of the space? So this room here on the left with the guitars, this is a really tall ceiling. So you can see they have things that are tall. They go up high on the wall. They have a tall plant. The guitars are above the piano. And then there's this huge light fixture that's like hanging down into the room. So it helps with the scale of the room. Large things, tall things balance out a really tall space. The same kind of goes for this bedroom here on the right with the really tall paintings, the light fixture hanging down, a tall space. You need to fill that space with things. In the center is kind of like a dorm room or a bedroom, so it's gonna be like a normal size space. It's got a pretty normal basic size desk. It's got a twin bed, a small side table, a chest. Nothing's huge. The tallest thing in there is the curtains, and those go right up to the ceiling. And that's a pretty common trend in curtains, really top of the window all the way to the floor. And that is to actually make your room look taller when it's not. Color is huge, and color is as easy to change as changing your bedspread and changing your sheets, and those are pretty inexpensive. I love to shop all of the sales like right at the start of school when all the college student stuff has gone on sale. um, that's the best, so we always shop those for inexpensive or like sale priced sheets and bedding and that kind of stuff, and can get them sometimes like 75% off, which is huge. So color, the room on the left here is monochromatic, so it's using one color and they're just using red. Okay. um, on the right, we have a tricolor scheme. Um, and so they're using the yellow, the gray, and the white. Black, we're going to kind of consider the neutral in this because the black is the furniture pieces. It's not the accent pieces. Just like in the left side over here, we don't talk about this birch color. That's kind of like the neutral with the furniture. And same over here, the black would be the neutral. It's just the furniture pieces. The yellow, the white, and the gray are the tricolor scheme. Typically, a monochromatic or a tricolor are the most common because they tend to be the most visually pleasing. People like to look at them. If you're going for like a soothing, relaxing look, typically they're minimalist, so they don't have a ton of stuff, and everything that's in that space kind of sticks to one color palette. So you can kind of see here on the white on the left, it's the dark woods and then whites and light blues. And then on the right, it's all white, and then the dark walls and the dark floors, but everything else is white. So this video, you can access the slideshow without me talking, and you can watch this video. So make sure you click on the non-narrated slideshow to watch this video. Now, the family in this video has a significant amount of money to spend on the space, and I know that. But they also have some really good ideas. And just because they had it professionally done, that's part of the reason it costs so much. A lot of the things they do, like a photo wall or painting the walls or changing out your bedspreads, those are, in the grand scheme of things, fairly inexpensive things you can do. To really change the feel or the look of a space. Okay. So I do encourage you to watch that video. Okay. So your assignment, and there will be another video that I walk you through the assignment and how to set everything up. Okay. So you're going to complete the My Room Rearrangement paper. Fill it out on the Google Doc. You'll need to make a copy of it, and then you're also going to need to attach a Google drawing, and I will show you guys how to do that in another video. I hope this helped explain the slides. If you have any questions, reach out to me, and be sure to check the Haiku page for posted times to talk with me live while we're apart. I'll be posting more assignments later as we know how long this break's going to be, guys. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Reach out to me if you need me.